This is a download I received specifically for Divine Counterparts on the Divine Journey. It's quite a long download, so get comfy. This journey is not to find love outside of yourself, quite the opposite. Yes, it is to make you aware of the absolute gratitude for all of what you do have in your life, including the love that does exist around you. Most of all, this journey is to bring you back to the love that is within yourself. You have it within your soul. It is written that you can access the most highest divine levels of love, embody these, and express them outwards. When you meet each other, you will trigger within each other either what you have experienced in your past or in which you have acted towards others. That initial trigger, the initial separation, is your absolute catalyst to accessing your divine self. Your souls are aware that this is the purpose. You are triggering each other into your awakened, activated states, and this is the highest blessing. This journey is not one of abuse. What you experience with each other is either pure silence or words you feel bad for even speaking. Anything else you make up in your own mind, with that logic conditioned by society to give you excuses for whatever is happening or to help you to understand what you believe the situation is. This journey is not one of abuse. You both will have experienced traumas in your life, and this, or the effects of these, will be triggered by each other. This can include cycles of abuse, addictions, masochism. That trigger is truly your reflection. To see the darkness still pulling you back. To go back all the way from the moment you were born, and of course this journey is clearing through much from lifetimes and generations too, but for you to go back to the moment you were born, to that very day that you triggered each other, unravelling, realising, understanding yourself to such a point that you can say from a healthy space now that you no longer wish to look back, as the past can no longer have a hold on you, as you have been clearing through this. And you continue to do so even when the triggers might highlight. You are now focused on moving only ahead with the healthy tools you have now gained. This is your new version of self. This is you accessing your divine self layer by layer. I'm hearing blank canvas and clearing the slate. You have found and now journey your path of sacred inner union. This is not just about external union, as your soul is on a human experience, which includes more than just each other. You are awakened now to every part of your journey which you recognize is a reflection. You focus on your divine purpose. You are devoted to maintaining your divine alignment. It's usually the divine masculine who, in the moment, will see things in the 3D reality of the situation. They will recognize that they cannot continue from such a deeply wounded trigger. By themselves, they will say, "Look at me, look at what it's doing to her," or "Look at her and look at what it's doing to me." Your shadows are illuminated in his eyes. He will understand the need to part ways. However, this is also the beginning of where he can either choose to level up and make things right by clearing through all of his own demons, or keep giving himself excuses to avoid or run away from this path. It's the divine feminine who sees things from a higher perspective. She will have already envisioned the awareness of this union externally, not out of force, from a divinely planted vision. However, she will not allow her divine masculine to be anything else than what he is here to be. She will recognize the power and strength within him, and she will step back until he is ready to embody that and come forwards. A deep and close, intimate connection with the divine is her focus, as she travels a path of her purpose to serve those who she is divinely assigned to serve. To be clear, the divine feminine has not become divine without knowing her own how. She has known the darkness, which is why when she sees popularity, as it is known in society, she sees it for what it is, pain and illusion. Both have the ability to see beyond the 3D realities. It all begins within their hearts, how they feel so much. The divine feminine path of darkness is often what puts her in the position to be the energetic lead on the journey, as she awakens the masculine into finally seeing reality for what it is, finally facing his shadows, no longer allowing himself to remain in a weakened state. A reminder again, this journey is about going inwards and truly finding that love within, clearing through anything other than this divine love. This is your divine self. You are connected deeply to the collective consciousness. You feel things for the all. You see things before they even happen. You lead in ways which can activate others to access their divine selves. This is not about taking anyone else's choices personally. This is about honouring the mission of your soul, something which 3D constructs will not be able to understand. This is not what you are here to feed into. Your initial meeting is to trigger each other into the storm brewing beneath the depths of your soul. You are tasked to clear through this, the effects being a ripple collectively felt. This is not just about one lifetime, this is about the everlasting collective existence of the soul. You are investing in your greater purpose. Along the way, you will be heavily divinely guided. However, this is something you must choose to allow in, the highest good. Along the journey, you will begin to recognize your vessel as sacred, the energy coursing through this vessel as sacred. Anything you allow into your being, you will begin to recognize needs to be aligned with your sacred. Though it will not feel like it when you are deep in your triggers, swimming through the darkness that you have illuminated to each other, this connection is actually a miracle. You will accept nothing less than your divinity from each other. And when it is not present, you will ensure you highlight this to each other in ways unexplainable. And this is what you begin to control the reins on. All, of course, under the watchful gaze of divine. It is with divine that you must become the most acquainted. It's easy to allow room for each other's shadows to circulate. However, this is a reflection of your own wound which needs to be addressed. It will never work if you continue the cycles of mistreatment, for you are only mistreating yourself. This is never about control. The more you try to control, the more you misalign, the more wounding you have to address. To be clear, this connection is not about abuse. This journey highlights to you all of the divine misaligned behaviors, thoughts, habits that you have experienced or exhibited yourself. You are not each other's walking mats. You are not each other's karmic cycles on repeat. You are an ascension. From the beginning of existence, you have continued to manifest yourself in such a way that you are exactly what you both need to be in order to recognize everything that you believe not to be true for you, every self-limiting belief. Though you have always throughout your lifetime craved each other in whichever way you now present, mostly you have told yourselves every which way and reason you are not for each other. These are the barriers you are here to break, along with so much more you are healing, clearing and closing through. The conditioned states of division and separation. Beyond it all, beyond the physical, you are one, bringing each other back to your inner divinity, leading collectively higher to divine. Which is why your purpose is so much bigger than to be zoned in on an external union. Because you go through your clearing and you see very easily that it was never about anyone or anything else. Of course, it was always you two. However, you can only reach this space once you eventually learn to heal through painful cycles, illusions, and everything in any which way pulling you away from your divine alignment. This becomes your activated state, even deeper than before you met each other, of self-redirection and self-discovery into the expression of your own soul. In physical union, you will have a truly greater purpose here. Your service to humanity will be divine directly working through you on earth. For you will have reached that state where you are in your conscious awareness of what it means to hold and embody this frequency together, divine love. This journey is not a prescription for abusive connections. Those on this journey will go through a stage in the initial phases where they will feel their soul into its absolute depths is tearing apart. They will want nothing to do with whatever this is before they even prescribe to the so-called twin flame journey. This is a phase they must go through. This is a dark night of the soul triggered by each other respectively. Along the way, you will begin to learn yourself, who each other have been to each other. Yes, you will learn more about what it means to be on a divine journey. You will receive endless signs, so much so that they become a part of your lifestyle. Each divine pair will have their own ways of connecting and feeling each other. They reach a point where they will detach from any labels. They will not be begging to prescribe to the so-called twin flame journey. They will simply now be aware of their divine destiny. If you are experiencing any type of abuse before you even attempt to prescribe to any kind of divine or otherwise connection outside of you, you need to address the wounding within. There are no excuses for abuse. You deserve to heal. Everyone can change. Everyone deserves love. But you have to be the one who chooses that for you. You have to be the one who finds your own way to your divine light. The divine journey is a journey of self-liberation. You find gratitude for everything you have experienced and for everything that exists outside of you. You find yourself even when you are not physically together. Both are here to experience in their own way the darkness that exists on the physical plane, in order to activate within them their own light, so that when the time comes, they will understand it is their light that is so needed in this world. to help and aid a more rapid ascension into the existence of ultimate divine light and oneness. This is why neither of them have a smooth sailing soul agreement individually. This is why they are each other's reminder to come back to their light. The divine journey is complex, has layers, cycles, ins and outs, ups and downs. It's not something that can be understood unless you are on the journey. Do not try to fit a mould, for those on the journey exist to break through all dogma, all institutional dictations, all ego-serving templates. You cannot try to fit this journey. It simply is. If anything, there would be times that you will try to find any reason that this is not the journey you are on. However, divine will ensure you keep going back home to yourself. Your person will shine clearly in your heart. Nothing will be forced. Your inner union will be activated. Your surrender will feel sweet as you are finally accepting your divine alignment. This is when you will begin to phoenix. It is the embodied divine feminine who awakens to the journey first. This is due to her innately existing deep intuitive knowing. She'll reach a point where she understands she is required to surrender to the journey. This is when she will begin to energetically lead the connection from her heart space, not control, not attachment. This is when the divine masculine will begin to journey on his understanding of how much he is needed to take action, no longer avoid, in all areas of his life, to embody the courage of his divine truth. Every divine pair has a unique journey. Every pair must heal through their inner wounded masculine and inner wounded feminine. Every pair will present uniquely. Even those on the divine journey must avoid trying to fit into a mould. All must truly begin to work on connecting to their deeply intuitive knowing and their connection with divine. There will be times when the tables will turn. Other times they will turn back, like a seesaw trying to find its balance, like a jigsaw piecing together. It all comes down to finding your purpose, aligning with it, healing through anything that gets in the way from you staying on it, embodying your truth and your heart fiercely. Being an example of the embodiment of divine on earth, for all those you are here to serve, just as you learn from all those here to teach you. This is what you continue to maintain as you travel your human experience. There is no undermining, there is no self-sacrificing, there is no pedestaling. When you come together, you are mirrored equals. You are one.